When art is made accessible to the public, it has the unique ability to inform and inspire us, to see ourselves reflected in the beauty of a poetic lyric, to let our hearts beat to the pulsating rhythms of a dancer's step, to allow our spirits to be lifted, connecting our highest hopes and ideals to movement and melody, envisioning a wellspring of limitless possibilities in our collective future. For song and dance are both borderless and boundless. And when genius speaks in any tongue, the entire world will hear it and listen.
Good evening and welcome to Millennium Stage. Please welcome the Shawn Purcell Group.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. You're hearing the Shawn Purcell Group this evening, and I would just like to take a second to introduce the fabulous band that you've heard so far. Xavier Perez on the tenor saxophone, Ben Patterson on the trombone, Paul Bratcher on piano. Yeah, Paul Bratcher. Ben Thomas on the bass, Clay Cottis drums. All right, yeah, Clay Cottis. And my name is Shawn Purcell, and now I would like to introduce my lovely wife, Darden Purcell, on voice. And we are doing a lot of music tonight. I have a new record that came out, I guess, just over 3 weeks ago on Origin Records called Oblivity. And so we're doing a lot of the music from that record, as well as some music from Darden's latest record, Love's Got Me in a Lazy Mood, also on Origin Records. So the first tune you heard was a tune of mine called Flow. And this last one we did was Sunday Best, and I would like to continue now with another original bossa nova, and this is Me Amor. Thank you so much. How about it for Darden Purcell on the wordless vocals? Me Amor. So I asked this at all of my performances, how many cat lovers do we have out there? Don't be shy. We're all friends here. You can come clean. Cat lovers. That's it? Okay, cool. That's a little bit better. So I have a penchant for writing songs about our cats. And if you are a cat lover or a cat owner, or even if you hate cats or don't even know what a cat is, you would know that a cat has a primary human in the household and then the spare human or humans in the rest of the household. And so for our cat Clifford Angus, who is named after both the great bebop, hard bop trumpeter Clifford Brown, as well as the great blues guitar player from AC/DC, Angus Young. Clifford Angus, I'm definitely his primary. And so I wrote this for him, and this is just simply called Primaries and Spares. Thank you so much. Primaries and spares. How about it for Xavier Perez? Paul Bratcher, soon to be Dr. Paul Bratcher on the piano. Now we'd like to bring out, moving into the set that we're going to be doing from Darden's new record, Love's Got Me in a Lazy Mood, which features the great vibraphonist Joe Locke. And this is the beautiful ballad, A Cottage for Sale.
Our little dream castle, with every dream gone, is lonely and silent. The shades are all drawn, and my heart is heavy as I gaze upon a cottage for sale. The lawn we were proud of is waving in hay. Our beautiful garden has withered away. Where you planted roses, the weeds seem to say, a cottage for sale. From every single window, I see your face. But when I reach that window, there's empty space. The keys in the mailbox, the same as before. But no one is waiting for me anymore. The end of our story is told on the door. A cottage for sale. see your face. But when I reach that window, there's empty space. The keys in the mailbox, the same as before. But no one is waiting for me anymore. The end of our story is told on the door. A cottage for sale. A cottage for sale. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Sometimes you just have to have something slow and pretty to cleanse the palate, shall we say. This next tune we're going to move on is a wonderful, this was also on my album as well too, and Shawn wrote the melody to this. We wanted something a little bit Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross like, and so he wrote the melody and I wrote the lyrics. The title of the tune is called Chatterbox, and the reason why we wrote it is it just seems like there's a lot of talking in the world going on now, maybe not as much listening as there is talking, and so this is an ode to all the chatterboxes out there. Once there was a boy and he could talk, he was very verbose. He thought his words could change the world the most. Didn't get caught up in the actual gossip and the stories he would boast. He never once believed his chatter didn't matter, cause he'd rather do his talking out loud. Could never stop because he loved to please the crowd. Once there was a gal and she could gab, she was really a blab. When people didn't listen she got mad. Couldn't be bothered with the factual truth that's in the scandal, she would brag. She couldn't quite believe her prattle wouldn't rattle even when she tried to tattle. How sad. You think everything that they put out is a truth, but you have got to learn to find your own groove. Don't you know that you're smarter than they are? Someday we'll read about you in your memoir. A juicy look at a life that's lived in private, with tidbits and secrets that would easily cause a riot. Why won't you listen to me? Stop all your talking. Please stop your squawking, can't you hear me? I just might have something cool, little baby. Something you would never ever hear because you're so insincere. Don't let the shots get all reacting. Only fools don't know that silence is gold. I'm telling you so. The 24-hour news gives me the blues with the gibbering and the jabber and the blabbers. Almost sure to leave you speechless. So many just love to hear their voice. They'll have it all and rant and reek until you figure out it's just noise. Too often facts of life are withheld, and so you've got to learn to think for yourself. Ben Patterson. Shawn Purcell. Didn't get caught up in the actual gossip and the stories he would boast. He never once believed his shadow didn't matter, cause he'd rather do his thinking out loud. Could never stop because he loved to please a crowd. Once there was a cat and he could chat, boy could he really rap. The more he talked, the more that he felt sad. Never considered that much natural conversations take and then get back. He only noticed when his yammer and his stammer and his gabber and his blather fell flat. And you know that 2 years are better than none. It goes out to all the chatterboxes out there. We're now going to move on to a really wonderful standard. This was off of an album that I guess we released way back in 2016. It's kind of amazing. It's already almost 10 years ago. And this is Destination Moon. Come and take a trip on my rocket ship. We'll have a lovely afternoon. Kiss the world goodbye and away we'll fly. Destination Moon. Travel fast as light till we're lost from sight. The earth is like a toy balloon. What a thrill you'll get riding on a jet. Destination Moon. We'll go up, 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 straight to that moon we two. High in that starry blue. I'll be out of this world with you. So away we'll steal in my space mobile, a supersonic honeymoon. Leave your cares below, flip that switch, let's go. Destination Moon. was a time when the colorful thing to do was to call for a date on a bicycle built for two. But cars and trains and even planes all have had their day. Now the time is due to call for you in the modern atomic way. We'll go up, 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 straight to that moon we two, high in that starry blue. I'll be out of this world with you, so away we'll steal in my space mobile, a supersonic honeymoon. Leave your cares below, flip that switch, let's go. Destination moon, destination, destination.
How about it for Darden Purcell, Destination Moon, Darden Purcell. So we have come to the point in the evening where we are about to do our final song. However, I would like to just do some thank yous. Thank you so much to the Kennedy Center. I wrote everybody's name down so I would remember, so thank you to Bob, Chandler, Ryan, and Chris for taking such good care of us. Allison as well, thank you so much. Amber, Trent Perrin, who hired us for this performance. So thank you so much. Really always truly an honor to perform on any stage at the Kennedy Center, and this is awesome. So thank you so much for coming out, and thank you to the Kennedy Center. I did say that we were playing music from my new record, Oblivity, and it just so happens that we have some CDs for sale. Does anybody own a CD player anymore? It's about similar to the cat lovers out there. It's pretty close number. So if you don't own a CD player, CDs really make excellent drink coasters. So I would say if you entertain a lot, get a set of 4 or 8 for your friends and family. Frisbees, I don't know. There's lots of uses for CDs. So we have them for sale back at the black table near the bar. And I take Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, checks, cash, IOUs, whatever you got. So we have several CDs available featuring a lot of these fine musicians, which brings me to these fine musicians. So these players, I'm not going to say that they're the best players on their respective instruments, because who knows who's best, but I don't think that I could find anyone better on each instrument, and so I'd like to introduce everybody once again. How about it for Ben Patterson on the trombone, Xavier Perez on the tenor saxophone, Darden Purcell on the voice, Paul Bratcher, piano, Ben Thomas, bass, Clay Cottis, drums, and my name is Shawn Purcell. And how about give yourselves a round of applause, because really, truly, without you, we would just be playing music for ourselves, which could still be enjoyable, but not nearly as fun. So thank you so much for supporting live music. We really appreciate it. Yeah, so the next one the title is a little misleading. It's called Quiet the Chaos. But what you're going to find, it's a pretty chaotic tune. So I don't think I quieted really anything with this song. Maybe I should have called it Chaos in the Quiet. But for you great American songbook aficionados out there, I'll just spill the beans and tell you that this is based on the really wonderful George Gershwin composition Summertime, which is, I think, the most recorded jazz song in the history, I believe. So you probably won't know that by listening to this tune, but I just wanted to give you that heads up. So thank you so much, and this is Quiet the Chaos, and have a great night. Thank you so much. We're the Shawn Purcell Group. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage. For more information about upcoming shows, please check out the Kennedy Center website or Facebook page. At this time, we ask you please head to the back of the seating area so we can safely put away our chairs. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening at the Kennedy Center.